Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have gotten Odepro contacted me and sent me the KL62 Plus flashlight. Has red, green, and white on the LEDs, and they're not just filters, they're LEDs that change the color. So when you flip from one color to another, it doesn't change by a filter, it changes the color of the LED. So, but let's unbox this and show you what we got. I have been using it and trying it out. It's a pretty awesome little light, and I will go over some of the specs and everything for you, and let you know how many lumens everything is, because the red and the green and the white are different lumens, and for brightness. And then the water resistance, how that's explained, and show you what comes in the case. Okay, so first let's show you what comes in the case. I'll open this up. And there's what it looks like when you get it, when you receive it. First thing is the flashlight itself. Nice size lens on there, zoomable. You can zoom in and out with it. Has the red, white, and green switches on there, and then your power switches on the back. We'll put a battery in it and show you what how that works, because there is an indicator on the back, and I'll explain why there's an indicator with a flashlight. You would think that, well, I would know that it's on by seeing that it's on, but that's not necessarily the case, because you can dim this. There's a dial on the back, you can dim it. So let's see what else is in the box. Got a wrist strap. You can put on the flashlight, put it on the back end there if you like. You have the battery charger for it. And the battery charger, you got your USB, which plugs into the charger. So it'll plug in on the back of the charger. Then of course you plug it into a USB port or your USB wall socket, and you can charge your batteries. You can charge both batteries at the same time, because it does come with two batteries, and the batteries are a good little box that holds these open. The batteries are lithium batteries, and they are, let me put on my eyeballs so I can read everything, because yes, I'm getting old and I'm blind. But they're 18,650 milliamps on each battery. And the life on these batteries, they're 3.7 volts, and the life on these batteries, if you run it in red, that's 120 lumens of light, and you're looking at approximately, it says on here somewhere, looking at 2 hours and 20 minutes of runtime when it's on red, and I'm guessing that's at full brightness. I have not tested it personally, but I've yet to kill a battery. On the white, that's 540 lumens, so that's nice and bright, and that's in spot. And then in flood mode, in flood mode it's 540 lumens, in spot is 380. Same thing with the red. In flood it's 120 lumens, in spot it's 60. And then and the runtime on the white is 1 hour and 50 minutes. And then the green, it's 131 lumens on flood, 70 lumens on spot, and then you're looking at 3 hours and 10 minutes of runtime on a single battery. So that kind of tells you that point. Let's see what else is in the box. So what else is in the box? Of course, you got your owner's manual, and pretty simple to run it. I will go through everything with you, but as the product instructions and the features and everything. Some of the features: high intensity LED, 50,000 hour lifespan, and then 3 colors: red, white, and green. And then brightness, 2% to 100% dimmer on there. The rotating head allows you to zoom, and the green indicator light on the back shows the flashlight, and it's IPX6 waterproof, which IPX6, let me explain that. The other thing that comes in here, you got a product warranty, and that's for 30 days free replacement, 24 months free repair, and a limited lifetime warranty. Then you got a couple extra rubber O-rings in here, and what they do is on the cap, on the back, you have a rubber O-ring around here which keeps the water up, and so if that ever wears out, you have 2 spare rubber O-rings in there as well. So then of course you got your 2 batteries. This on the back here, this is a adapter for the remote, so you can turn it on, brightness and dim. Okay, and then so you got the remote, which I'll show that mounted to a firearm shortly. And then let's go to the big box. These are really cool, actually. This is your scope mount, and it's made out of a nylon type material. Looks like a 5/16 threaded hole, and there's an insert, so you don't have to worry about stripping it. And this will not mar your finish on your gun or on your scope. And it's a nice big hand screw or thumb screw, if you want to call it that. So what that'll do is you'll take your flashlight, and then that'll clamp to the light, which clamps to the scope, and that allows you to do some nighttime shooting, which stay tuned and you'll see what that's all about. So then, and it comes also with, this is a really cool, I really like this. I've seen other scope mounts, and this one's just really nice because it is nylon, or type nylon plastic that will not mar your finish. Then in this small box here, what it comes with is another mount. This mount comes with an Allen wrench, so you got your Allen wrench for it to mount it. And this is a combination mount. This one got the bottom part here that, let me unscrew this and show you. So you got this part here, which is basically like a Weaver type rail mount, and that'll mount on the barrel of your gun. Then this will mount on top of that, allowing you to mount your flashlight to it. And I'll be showing that in the video as I'm talking here. But the neat thing with this is it's very well thought out by Odepro and its designers. It's hard to see, but on the inside of this ring, there's kind of like a nylon type fabric on the inside, which when you mount your light in there, it's going to not mar the finish on the light. And then this part of the mount will mount to your Picatinny rail on your firearm. So it doesn't matter if you have a AR style rifle or a standard rifle. You can mount this on Picatinny rail, you can mount it on a barrel, and you can mount it on the scope. So Odepro thought of that very much so, and kudos to their designers on coming up with basically with 3 different mounts for the light, and so that way it'll work on any rifle. Okay, so let's put a battery in here and show you how everything works. And you put battery positive side down, Then screw the cap on. And got that setting on white right now. So there's your white, there's your red, there's your green, and like I said, it's LEDs, it's not filters. So, and it is easy to switch. It's not like a hard pressure on there. And then on the back, right here is where you hit your light, and then there's a dimmer. So on the back, if you can see this, you turn this and then it goes down to 2%. So it's not very bright. Then you can turn it up to 100% and get the full brightness out of it. So, and then on the back, there is a little LED, and let me turn off the light so it gets a little darker in here so I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so on the back, let me dim this down. If you can see this at all, there's a little LED on the back of the light. So, and reason for that, say if you got it dimmed all the way down and you put the light down, you set it down, you'll be able to just glance at the back of it and see the LEDs on, and you're like, oh, I forgot my flashlight's on. So you can turn the flashlight off. So the LED, a lot of people might look at it and say, well, I got a flashlight, I can always tell it's on. Well, if you have this dimmed all the way down, you might not realize that until you shut it off. And hopefully that shows up on the video. Okay, so you have 3 buttons on here, and center button turns it on, and you can see it's dim right now, and that's the top button. The bottom button will change your brightness, and the top button will dim it. So you can dim it to whatever you see fit. So if you're shooting and you have it set on red or green, you can switch it. It will not change colors on this. It's only on, off, and dim, and bright. So that's the settings on your remote, and it'll stretch out quite a ways. So if you have your receiver, you're about 24 inches in front of you, behind your flashlight, you got plenty of cord here to do that on pretty much any gun. So we'll shut that off again, and that's the remote. And this is also the water resistant, which, like I said, you can, the IPX6 rating, if you look it up online on Google or anything, it'll tell you, you can basically, it'll take any high pressure jets from any direction on the unit, and therefore pretty much any rain that you get stuck in, because if you're in rain that heavy, you're not happy, but this will stay lit and stay working even in the high rain times, or if you get stuck out in a storm, you can still use this in a storm in case your power goes out and stuff. Okay, let's go to kind of go over the box here and show you. It does show the scope, what it'll look like through your scope, as mount to your scope or firearm, and that's with them basically 3 mounts. It'll mount to pretty much any scope or firearm. Adjustable focus beam for extreme ranges, dimmer tail cap and switch assembly with a remote pressure switch for brightness adjustment. So you can't change the colors on the remote, but you can change the intensity. Rechargeable lithium ion batteries with a dual slot charger. Aerospace grade aluminum body. It is real durable. So let's go on the back side here, and on here it shows your outputs, which I went over all them with you, the red, the white, and the green, and how long they'll last. And impact resistant, waterproof level is IPX6. Now what IPX6 is you can take the light out in the heaviest rain and not worry about the about it getting shorted out or flooded out. It's not made for underwater, but if you're out in a boat, or you can basically walk through a car wash with the light and not have a problem with it. It will stay lit, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm looking forward to using this in the boat, just for docking and tying lures and everything else. It's going to come in handy. It is made from precision machined grade aluminum, 6061 aircraft aluminum. Has a matte black finish with a military grade hard anodization, and versatile usage with handheld, scope mount, or rail mounted. Again, that's the Odepro KL62PLUS. Okay, to kind of show how wide this light goes. So this is zoomed all the way in. This is on our garage door. I'm going to zoom it out. I'm standing about 15 yards away from the garage door. So about 15 yards, that's a 24-foot wide circle. You can see our entire doorway. And you got it in red. And there's in green. It lights up cats really well. There's the keto. Put it in red so it doesn't hurt his eyes. What do you think, keto? You're just gonna look around. So yeah, so it's a pretty wide circle, and the farther down you get, the more it lights up. I don't know if you can see this or not. This is basically on our front yard. You got all the trees and stuff. This light lights up the trees and everything really well. Going a little tighter circle there. But yeah, it lights up everything really, really good. And there's no road signs really facing us, but the signs have reflectors on the back. So I don't know if you can see that way down there. So that's lighting up with the sign, the back of it. There's no reflector on this sign here. So this one's about, maybe 60, 70 yards from me. That one down there is about a half mile away. So hopefully you can see that. But there's lighting up road a little bit. And a reflector on the sign. And we got reflectors on the posts here. Guide wires. So yeah, I can see all the way to the top of the hill down there, which is just over a half mile away. Okay, so I'm going to try to hold this still for you. So a big part of this light is having it on your scope. So scope might be a little blurry because it's recording through my phone, but there it is in red, which is blue and turns kind of purple, and then there it is in green. So that's the visual you're going to get through the scope. And then I have the little remote hooked up to it, so we can dim it down. And that's dimmed all the way down to, I think it's 2%. And granted, I got a little bit of a reflection from the street light, but this is giving you an idea of what the light looks like through the scope. So if you're varmint hunting, you can have this on red, put the crosshairs on your target, and your target is gone. So yes, this does work really well with the scope. And granted, this is recording through my phone, and I hope I'm recording. I am. It's recording through my phone, and so with it recording through my phone, it's not going to be as clear as what you see through the actual scope, but you can see the crosshairs. You can see all the colors. and it works really, really well. So I just shoot into a wood pile, so safe backstop. And yeah, so the light works really well when it's on the mounted on the scope as well. Okay, so that's the KL62 Plus. It does come in 2 versions, actually 3 versions. It comes with the red, white, and green. It does come with a green, white, and infrared for your infrared shooters, and it comes with a red, white, and infrared. So you have 3 different options you can choose from with this flashlight. Mounts to the scope, like I say, pretty much any gun. Maybe might be a little tough to put on a shotgun barrel, but any rifle that you use for varmint hunting, with the mounts that come with this, it'll fit. And it does come with this awesome case, which holds everything and holds your charger and stuff. And with USB, you can travel with this and plug it in on your USB in your vehicle, or if you have a cigarette lighter in your older vehicles, you can get the USB adapter to plug that in, plug this in, and you can charge the batteries while you're on your trips. And in my boat, I have a dual USB, which I use to charge my GoPros and stuff, and I can always charge this as well, because I look forward to using this a lot. Outdoors, hunting, fishing, in the boat, camping, everything. It's going to be a very versatile, fun flashlight to use. But if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. Share this video, and I'll leave a link to this light in the description of the video. And if there's any further add-ons or anything, I can put them in the description later. But yeah, so Odepro KL62 Plus, I'll have a link in my description. You can go buy it yourself, and it's a great little light. It's a lot of fun. So, and I love the 3 different mounts. But anyway, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you like, and we will see you on the next one.